Good morning, guys. This is Gary Lamb signing on, and today I'm here with my lovely lady, and we're sitting in the bed, and we've been trying to do this for a very long time. Do like a segment called Pillow Talk, where we just sit and talk, because a lot of times we just sit down and we just have conversations that are really good topics that I think, and you know, right now is a very very important topic that we was talking about, and it's being centered, right? Centering oneself, because I'm gonna just let my hair down in this one, and just just tell you what's been going on. I've been running ever since this thing hit like a robot. Like I've been running because I've been preparing for this day for a long time. And now that it's here, the way it came, the how it came so quickly, and I knew that. Well, I can't say I knew. I can say I know now because 2020, the hindsight is 2020, but it felt like, when it's take off, it's gonna really really take off.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to prepare myself for that, and I was so not prepared for this. So now that it's coming, I'm coming off. I'm moving too fast,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the reason why I'm moving too fast is because I'm afraid that I will miss the train. I will miss it. Um, and one of the things that's really scary for me is because I've been disconnected for so long. I don't know how to reconnect. So I'm doing a lot of things that's probably turning people off, and I'm not. I wasn't aware of it. So I'm gonna probably do another video on that later to explain what happened. That brought me back to reality. Um, I don't know this person, but it was another person who checked me on another channel. Right, I was on another channel because they did a response video on my video, and the guy was saying, I get the struggle, and I think he's real and sincere, but what did Trump do for him? And I was, instead of, I wanted to be face for face with this guy. I wanted to talk to this person mano y mano, because that's how I was raised. I wasn't raised to hide behind no damn text wall. You know what I mean? I wasn't raised like that. I was raised, somebody call you out, you get in their face and you stand your ground. Right? If you
Mm-hmm.
got the balls to call somebody out, you better have the balls to stand up to them. That's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
So I came at this guy who seemed to be pretty chill, but I came at him like I would come at any old dude on the street. Like, yo, you called me out. I'm here. What's up? Let's talk. You want to talk? Let's talk. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I came at him. And everybody kept like coming back saying, you didn't say anything. You didn't say this. You didn't say that. Comes to find out, this guy that I was talking to actually doesn't own this Twitch channel. Like, this is not the guy. Okay, so the guy pretty much reposted a video of a guy that was talking about me,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know that. So I'm going after this small person who has nothing to do with the person who actually did the video, and I'm going after him, thinking that I'm talking to the guy that was in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And another dude checked me. He said, he don't know how to get to Hassan. And I was like, he don't know how to get to Hassan. What is he talking? And then I started reading the other comments, and I was like, oh, I'm hammering the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. I'm
So
up.
bring it back. And sorry, guys. As you see, he just goes right in. That's how he's been for a few days. I didn't get a chance to say hi yet. So
Oh my God, I'm
hey.
so sorry, baby. I got my baby here, my wife, my treasure, my peace. She's right here, and she had to calm me down. She had to check, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't realize that you can't be with a strong person and not be strong. It don't work that way. You know, so if you have a strong woman, chances are she's with a strong man, and vice versa. So my wife, we've been through a lot. She's learned how to check me where nobody else can check me.
But in a certain way.
Right, in a certain way that I can handle
that
it.
he will receive it, because you
Right.
can't come back to him the way he comes at you. Like, he's a hammer. Two hammers are not going to work.
Right.
You have to have wisdom, but that's a whole nother talk. And to be very clear, we've been doing pillow talks for a long time. We have a lot of content going years back, but not everything is for everybody.
That's true.
But you know, I'm just chiming in on this one and here and there because, you know, it's very relevant, and this is an area that I can speak to. So I'm here for it all.
So I'm doing this video with my wife so we can discuss a few things, because I think I'm supposed to share this stuff, right? Like, what other reason why would I go through so much if I wasn't supposed to share it?
For the benefit of someone else, so somebody else can
exactly
get, come through it.
I'm trying to do that, and I think that's why I was going so hard. I was going hard because this was what I was made for, right? That's what I'm thinking. This is what people are telling me. And I'm like, okay, everybody is screaming, do what you do, don't stop. And I'm like, okay, I got you. I'm coming. And I am a man of my word. Like, this is the thing y'all don't understand. When I say I'm a man of my word, if I say I'm going to do it, you literally can start spending money on whatever you want, because that check will be there. I will break boulders to make sure you get it. That's why I don't give my word often, because I'm going to break my ass to make it happen. And when I gave my word to you,
that's true.
When I gave my word to you, the audience, that I'm going to show you my life, I went into high gear. Now, here's the problem with going into high gear this soon. I don't know how to slow down.
Right. That's where the issue is. That's where I needed to speak up, because I've been watching him, for the last week, and he's not the kind of person that sleeps a lot anyway. He could take an hour or so rest and he'll be rejuvenated, And but he's been going and going and going and going and going like an Energizer Bunny, but not in a good way. Like, and I've seen him, the way everything has affected him and the responses. And as you guys can tell, I read the comments too, just so y'all know.
Mama Bear starting to say something.
I read the comments, and it's a lot of love out there for him. And so I thank you guys, because you get to see the man that those of us that are close to him, that we've come to adore and cherish so much. So thank you for you guys that are able to see his heart, And so like he was saying, a lot of people just been like, just keep on, brother. Let's just, and I'm with it. You know what I mean? It's just that I've seen him just let it affect him to where he starts to get unbalanced, and that's not his thing. And the reason why I could speak to it, because like as a woman, as a mom, as a wife, you know what I mean? You're a wife, you're a mom, you're the woman of the household, you're the woman of their lives. And anybody out there, you guys will know, we will burn ourselves out and come dead last to make sure that they're good. So, I know what that world is like. And don't get me wrong, this is not a complaint, okay? Because people tend to twist stuff. So let me make it real clear. I cherish my family. I'm one of those kind of women, like I live for them. I cherish them. So I'm grateful. not the issue. It's not the point that I'm making. The point here is we spend ourselves. You become spent because you want to give it all. But I learned the very hard way. You have to save some for yourself. Because you cannot pour, as they say, you cannot pour from an empty vessel. And lately he's been emptying himself. And it's all good because he will do that. He will do that. He will empty himself. But my thing is on this end, because like I said, I could speak to this area, you have to replenish yourself. So I've been like, take a beat. You know what I mean? Just like take a beat, because he's not getting sleep. He's not, and he wants so much to make sure you guys know like where he's coming from. And like I said, you've gotten a chance to see his heart on display, and that's not something he's putting on a show for. You guys resonate with him. His story resonates because like they say, real recognize real. He's authentic, and he hurts, and he cares, and where no matter what, it's all real, and it's coming from a genuine place. So he'll read the comments, and he cares about what people feel. He cares not so much like a long time ago. It would destroy him. He would care so much about what people think. It's not so much that anymore. He cares about how y'all feel. So if he feels like he's coming off wrong, or you've heard him talk, so it's not so much about him care about him offending people. He just has a zero filter. It's just gonna come out how it come out. But if it's being misconstrued, or if he does something that that's clearly offensive, and he feels is offensive, he wants to deal with it, because you know what I mean. So I said all that to say it's important to refill and replenish yourself. You take a minute to meditate. You take a minute to sit with things. Everything doesn't deserve, is not necessary to give an immediate response, because I know a lot about that knee-jerk response too. So we got to sit with stuff sometimes. And so that's what he's been doing, learning to do again. Just sit with it, so that when he speaks, y'all hear what y'all heard on that first video that made y'all fall in love with him. You know what I mean?
Well, that's pretty much it. That sums it all up. Like I mean, I can add to that, but why? that was perfect. Thank you for saying that. Guys, I need to let you.
You're welcome, babe.
Thank you. So she's going to grab some food real quick. She'll be right back. I think that, well, I mean,
They don't even know that.
Okay, so y'all let that erase that from your memory. She's still right here, even though you can't hear her talking. She's talking in spirit. But what I want to say is this: I'm going to fumble a lot, because I don't know. I only got 1 year, right? It's straight on or straight off. That's the only gear I have. I've not mastered the coasting thing. I haven't mastered how to just let things flow. It's when you're out of control for so long in your life, all you want to do is control everything, because you don't want nothing to fall by the wayside. You don't want to get caught up out there. And when you're and there's a lot of people that knows how this feel. When you're in control of children, when you're responsible for children, you're responsible for how they eat, you're responsible for their well-being, you're responsible for their safety, you're responsible for their care, and you're responsible for their hearts. When you're responsible, you need to be extremely careful in how you move. So I have to be able to control my environment. That's why I set up these rituals in the morning, to make sure that I'm centered. And I have not been following them. I haven't. So I've been making some blunders, and I'm doing another video on the specific blunders that I've been doing, and I'm gonna apologize to everybody in this video. Hopefully, they can understand that. Look, I'm not used to this. This is new to me, and it's coming way too fast. So that's what I need to express right now. I apologize to you guys if I made any blunders, but I need you to allow me to not just to allow me to make blunders, but to check me, right? Check me. Listen, one of the guys checked me on this guy's channel, and again, I'm doing a video on this. He checked me in a comment, and I was like, he made it plain to me. He made it plain. He didn't yell at me. He didn't scream at me. He didn't come aggressive at me. He came to me like a man. He said, yo, G, I get you, but you're coming too hard at the wrong people. And it's now seeming like you're trying to get a platform. And that is not what I'm trying to do at all. That is not even close to what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wake people up in the only way I know how, being hard. I've been hard so long that I do not know how not to be hard. So I need you guys to help me learn to be soft. Help me learn to be humble and keep that humility. Help me do that by keep showing me that I am human. I don't want to forget that. So if you check me, I'm not going to come down on you. I'm not that type of dude. I just, this guy, he showed me brotherly love. He gave me some fathering, and I really, truly appreciate it because it was almost like, straighten up, a little smack on the back of the head. Yo, stop being a knucklehead. And it's like, I got you. It's just a little wake up, and I respect that dude tremendously for doing that. But with that said, as I said before, I'm going to make some blunders. Right? I'm going to fumble. I'm going to say something foolish. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Give me some time to learn this stuff. Hey, she's back. Oh, give me time to learn this because I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing on the channel front. Like, I know how to structure it. I know how to put stuff together, right? But when it comes down to, and this is something my boy Cedric used to tell me all the time. He said, when it comes down to the connecting part, sit your ass down. But I don't have that connection with him anymore. I don't have my friend. So he knew how. This is the thing. Cedric knew how to use me. Why are you talking about that guy? Because I love him. I miss him. He was my boy.
Let me tell y'all, to hear him talking about this stuff, I'm telling you, the process that he's at now, is real. Because that whole situation did not end well. And to hear him saying this kind of stuff, I'm telling you, like, that's why it's so important for us to allow the work and do the processing and allow the work, because who you seeing right now is because he allowed the work. You know what I mean? Because this whole situation with this person that he's just talking about, it didn't end well. He was taken advantage of, you know what I mean, by this person. And to hear him be able to speak positively about him speaks volumes. It attests to the fact that when we deal with our crap, gotta deal with it. And then you could see past the pain at some point. I just wanted to say that. For whoever doesn't want to let go, like all of us, I just let go of something recently. Like, it's best to just let it go. Because then, like, you literally free yourself and you literally can move on and not poison other people because of your own pain,
Right. I mean, I think that's a very powerful message right there, learning how to let go. And, I guess the whole letting go thing, it's, you hear people say all the time, it's not for them, it's for you. What the heck does that mean? Like, I'm letting that go for me. I did not understand it, and I tried to let go, but because I don't have context, I don't know how to do it, right? But eventually I learned how to do it, right? I learned how to let go. I learned how to heal from a situation. I learned how to do that. And I want to teach you guys how to do it too. But before we even get to any of this stuff, I need you guys to understand I am not the mark.
Right. That's what it is. Yep.
Okay? I am not the mark. Before any of you look up at me as a savior, as this thing, this no, I'm not that. I'm not, the person is human. This is just a vessel. Okay, this is just a clunk of clay that somebody out there is using. I'm mean. Okay, I'm mean. I can be really, really mean.
He ain't lying, y'all.
I can be a monster at sometimes, and
as we all can. That's the point.
Right. So I don't want you looking at me. Take the message, but leave the man.
Right.
That's what we've been doing wrong for so many years. We focus on the man, and we go to these churches, and we go to these conferences, and we go to these gatherings for the man. And we never really take anything. I remember being asked, "What did you learn today?" And I would just start reciting what he said. And everybody like, Jesus, Lord, hammer, Jesus, yes, and they'll go into their tongues, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm thinking that's what I'm supposed to do, right? And I learned something in men's work. They ask you to take us home. It's this ritual, take us home, and the take home is the newcomers have to tell the circle what they learned about themselves, and they have to start it by saying, what I learned about myself at the event of being here is.
Wow.
There's a big lesson there.
So my MDI?
Yes, I'm talking about MDI.
Yeah.
There's a lesson there to be made because you're making it personal. What did I learn about myself by being here? What did I take away from this? What was revealed about me to me by watching these men go through these circles? I am revealing things that you see in your own life. That's why you connect so well.
Right.
You're seeing the hard work. You're seeing the structure. You're seeing you're seeing the passion. And that's what you need to take for you. But leave me.
Like Gary always told me, take what you need and leave the rest.
Right.
You take what applies to you and leave the rest. Like I said, I read the comments. I mean, we can't read all of them, but I do read them, and I'm
trying, but they coming in too fast.
And
like,
I
don't want to miss anything.
I appreciate the love on that. Like I said, that you guys were able to identify with him, and the message resonates with you. So to me, that's beautiful. But yeah, some people stop cursing so much, whatever. I mean, I have my opinions about it. Like, I'd be like, dang, your mouth filthy. But listen, his mouthpiece is exactly what's needed to get the job done that he's supposed to be doing. So I wouldn't, neither here nor there. But even in that, whatever the opinions are, take what you need, take what works for you, and leave the rest.
Right. If you haven't noticed, I haven't cussed one single time.
That's him. I would say nothing. I'd be just like, whatever. I don't, No. That's one of the things that's great about us, I think, is that a long time. We don't do that no more. Like, we don't try to change the other and try to, like, oh, you that's like manipulate, let people be, back off.
You know what, that
You know,
that was one of the major, like, upsets in our life, because we were so busy trying to change one another. And then, it's like, well, I'll say something, and then you'll say something back, and then I'll throw it back at you, and next thing you know, we got this huge festering negative ball, and it's like, who's gonna win the fight?
It's crazy.
Stay tuned. Epic battle at 8 p.m. Like, it was crazy, man. We were just like, oh my god, it was one of those things, like, you don't realize you're doing it, because see, in your mind you think you're saving them by telling them about themselves, when in reality you're just projecting. Right. You're throwing your stuff back on them because you don't like what you see, because that's who you do, what you do. So we mad at each other, and it's just, I remember the very first time I learned how to stop that, and this woman was baffled. She didn't know how to handle it. Like, the first time I actually came to her and told her something hurt me, she lost it. Not in a good way. She didn't know what you mean I hurt you. And I was like, you hurt me. When you said that, it hurt. It made me feel like this. And that's when it clicked with me and her. For the first time in almost 20 years. You just because we've always been able to, what we're doing right now, that's one thing we've been able to do, is just communicate. Yeah, but that's when we're sound and sane. Yeah. Not when we're angry and mad.
Right, but we've learned healthy communication. Like, not the projecting, none of that, scapegoating, and I'm just gonna, he calls it slime out. None of the slime out, none of the deflecting, all that kind of stuff. But like, oh, okay, this is what you feel when I do that. Like, you learn the other one's language, but that comes with a lot of time and a lot of work,
It does. It really does. And especially when you are so bullheaded, like the both of us. Like,
we're
bullheads. I'm a Virgo. She's an Aries. To this day, I don't know how this matrimony works. I don't understand it. Our stars do not line up, but we make it work. There's no way. I'm like,
it's like oil and vinegar,
dude. All right. So here I am. I'm air tipping it. We got to get it done. Give me the facts so I can get it done. And this woman is the freest bird on the planet. Okay, don't
tell it all.
But I got to.
Don't tell it all.
I got to. Okay, I'll save some.
Jeez.
But no, I'm sitting here, right, and when she starts to talk, okay, ladies, if you could take any pointers from this right here, try to land the plane a little bit faster. You really need to learn how to land the plane a little. Okay, so if you don't know. TD Jakes made something. He did something, right? He was talking about how men and women.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it was. But he was talking about how men and women conversate, like how we communicate. And he was like, men talk in straight lines, women talk in circles.
That's facts, though.
Right? So he said.
Most women.
Most women, right? So a man. You talk to a man, is all facts. What you do today? I went to work. What happened in your work day? Well, some dude cut me off, pissed me off. When I got work, I did what I had to do. And I came home. That's it. So when you ask your man, how was your day? And he said, it was okay. It was chill. Same old day. All he's saying is there's nothing to report. You hear... He don't want to talk to me. So you try to pull it out of us so you can have a conversation. You've been home with kids all day, or you've been at work with that crazy ass girl and you can't stand her behind. So you sit here like, but you need to talk. So when we give you that opportunity to talk,
we unload it all, huh?
Y'all going hard, and we tired. We don't. Listen, half the stuff y'all talking about and y'all say, yo, we don't hear it because we trail off. Because okay, so here's how a conversation goes with a woman. All right, what's for dinner? Well, I thought about what we was going to have for dinner, so I went down there to Safeway, and I looked at the prices, and I found that daggone chicken was $1.99. There's no way I'm going to spend $1.99 for chicken. So I took myself down to Bainbrook or whatever the heck, Acme, and I was into Acme, and I hated to be in Acme. And you know who I ran into? I went into Sister Shonda, and Sister Shonda is TDG. Yes, and Sister Shonda is pregnant again. So I went down there and got. Can't you just say chicken?
Right.
That's what I want to know. What's for dinner? But you need to get your day out. So so it doesn't matter what question I ask. Did you take out the garbage? Well, I was thinking about taking out the garbage, but then I realized we ain't had no food to eat. So I went outside and got in the car, and sure enough, we ain't got no gas. So I went to the gas station and filled up. Do you know that God didn't take my credit card and give me the daggone receipt? I almost cussed his ass out. But you know what? I did it. I didn't. I kept my eye on the guy, and I'm sitting here looking like, and next thing you know, you ask a question, and I don't know what the question was. Were you listening? Yeah, I was listening. What I say? You know what you said.
Right.
What I say? Damn, I'm caught. Baby, I'm trying. So now, me and my wife, when we had this communication, I let her talk, but I put a time limit on it, and I say land the plane, and she says okay, and she lands the plane now. So,
and if it's really bad, he'll start acting like he's like an airplane or a helicopter and start flying around a room, or like.
You know, one of the words that I use all the time to let people know I'm really checked out of the conversation. I'll just start saying goobers. I don't know when I started that, but I started saying goobers, and I'll be sitting there and just random people. I'd be like goobers, and they be like, "What? The candy? Yeah, the candy goobers. You ever had something so good?" When the last time you had a thing of goobers? Because I'm trying to change the conversation. I don't want to say it's dry and I'm not interested, so I just say goobers. So. Yeah, man. But to bring it all home, this is all in good fun, man. I want to have fun with this. I want to. Oh, wait a minute. I'm told to pause. Alright, so, excuse me about that, but to bring it all back home, I just want you guys to understand I am human. Okay? This is due for me.
It's your humanity that they fell in love with.
Right.
Let him make mistakes, y'all.
Right. I was saying that earlier. You wasn't here, but yeah, I was saying that earlier. I'm going to make mistakes. Like, this is different. This is like, I know how to go out there and be effective in the world. I know how to be effective because I don't have to interact with anybody.
Right.
Right? I'm really good at being alone because I've been alone for so long. And reconnecting to people, it feels good, but it's scary. Right. I'm afraid that you're going to see something you're not going to like. I'm afraid you're going to see something and don't like me. I'm really scared of that. Like, that's why I pulled back. Everything's going to come together when I do the series, man. It's going to come together. There's a lot of stuff there, man. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell you how I lost my manhood. And I'm not talking about being the molestation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the moment that I had to become a man and it was robbed from me. And how I went into a shell for years, and it took me almost 3 years to get back the opportunity to get my manhood back. The opportunity. Not even to have it, just the opportunity to get it. Like I had a golden opportunity. It was taken from me. And when I got a chance to do it again, I almost hurt somebody really, really, really bad. This stuff is dangerous, it's deep, it's dark. And I don't want people to go there. I don't. But I need to learn how to connect, right? Because here's a dude that's been pretty much in solitary confinement for, 13 years?
I think that's why you're so passionate, and why what you say at his home, because, like, people can, like how the saying goes, real recognize real. People can appreciate when a person is real and they're authentic, you know what I mean? And I think that's one of the reasons why he's so passionate, is because he went to that dark place. When we go to those dark places and then we find a way out, it's like you want to help everybody. Like, yo, you don't have to go there. You don't have to stay there, So I think that's where a lot of your passion comes from. So anyway.
Well, guys, we about to get in this grub. It's not Deborah's Delicious Dishes.
There goes nice
It's
plug.
Far from that.
But we do like good food.
And we about to get in. I mean, why not? The food, the what was it? Uber Eats guy came, and we ready to rock and roll. So you guys have a good one. This is Gary Lamb, and
this is Letoya.
Lamb, and we gonna sign off. Have a good one, guys. 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 Have a good one, guys.